Alright, so I got my string now, separate piece of string for the crosses. So I'm going to demonstrate these crosses by using a starting knot. You can also, many different ways to do crosses. You can start it with a starting clamp, you can do around the world using one piece, you can do 50-50. So how I like to start it is my starting knot, I decide is going to be over here. Now your starting knot can be over here. It doesn't really matter which side it is. So I'm going to start now weaving the crosses. So in this case, I'm just going to start under. You can start over if you want to. It doesn't matter. The only time it really matters is if it's a staggered string pattern, meaning the main strings are on different planes. So like this main string would be higher, this main string would be lower. So I'm going to start weaving. So I'm going over on this string, over on this, under, over, and so on. Now with this polyester, it's pretty stiff, so it's a little more difficult to weave the crosses, so you need to make sure you have enough slack. Okay, so right here, I'm trying to push it through this grommet. It's a little bit difficult. It's not that easy to do. So I'm going to even cut it down to a finer point. Sometimes it's good, if you are really having an issue, you can actually use some pliers. So put it in here. Be very careful not to nick the main string or the frame, and then just push it through. Okay, so on this string, as you can see right here, on the outside of the frame, it's going underneath this loop created by the main strings. So whenever you do this, you do not want to pull it really fast across that, because then that could burn this loop here caused by the main strings. So whenever you're going, under or over one of these loops on the outside, you want to be very gentle whenever you're bringing it across. You don't want to go real fast. So I did this first main. I'm going to give myself enough string to do a starting knot. Should be about good. And the starting knot, or the place for the starting knot is actually marked here. So then I'm going to run it through here and do my starting knot. So I like to do I think it's a fishing starting knot. Starting knot is going to be a lot bulkier than your finishing knot, like these, the parnels, because you don't want it to slip through the grommets. And it's also going to be taking a lot of force whenever you pull that first cross string. So it's going to be very sturdy. So this one's actually pretty simple. You're going to go over. You're going to create 2 loops around this anchor string, around this main string. You're going to go over and under, create loop 1, over and under again, create loop 2. So now I got these 2 loops on this string. Okay, so when you finish that second loop, I like to hold these 2 loops in place to make sure they don't get crisscrossed like that. So the first loop was right here, second loop was right there. And now I'm just going to come back around and then go through. Again, like holding these loops the order they were. And now I'm just going to pull. And I'm just going to cinch it up just a little bit here. Okay, so there's my starting knot. So now I'm going to start